Welcome to Colonize the Ocean podcast, where we discuss oceanic colonization, exploration, and education with your hosts Adam Jewell and Brendon Traxler.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Colonize the Ocean podcast. My name is Adam Jewell. I am the social media manager for Atlanta Sea Colony. And with me, as always, is Brendon Traxler, the founder of Atlanta Sea Colony, and, the other host of this show. So, Brendon, how you doing?
I am doing amazing.
That's not what you said before we started recording,
I'm
but I guess
doing
you're just
great.
whatever. Anyways, we're all working through our stuff. At the top, we should mention that you just got done updating the website, you said.
I
So we got
did.
a cool new slick website, so you guys can go check that out over at atlantaseacolony.com.
And I'll be working on the Colonize the Ocean when adding some more content to it. But everything's on AtlantaSeaColony.com anyway, so just go there for now.
Right. Yeah, and we got access to our YouTube page and all that, but that's usually kind of our outro, so we'll hit it up then. So today we got a couple of things we'll discuss with you. And before we jump into that, after this, we're going to be recording a video for our Atlanta Sea Colony Facebook page and the YouTube page and all that. An AMA video. We got a lot of questions that were asked about the project. So after we're done recording this, we're going to be doing that. So you'll see that up too, as well. So go check that out when that shows up. So, Brendan, do you mind if I go first again? I think that's just how it's
That's kind
been.
of happens, yeah, so go for
I
it.
just feel like I still have to ask. All right.
All right.
And those who are watching the video version, you'll see that I have my phone in front of me because I hate having to click back and forth between my screens on the TV on the computer monitor.
On
Sorry,
the old TV.
on the TV. Okay, so obviously we're tired of hearing about all of it. And it is a serious thing going around. But so this COVID-19 thing, I mentioned in the last episode that we did, but so here is a article that came out of maritimeexecutive.com. Obviously, you guys can find that in the show notes or our Facebook page. But the title was COVID-19 treatment shows essential role of ocean resources. So right at the very beginning of the article, it says COVID-19 is forcing the world to rethink our economies, supply chains, and science. Widespread inconsideration of biology and ecology and planning have in part led to the challenging circumstances we are now in. And it kind of just goes into how in the past, a lot of medicines and treatments for different diseases and illnesses, whatever you want to refer to it as, a lot of the, like I said, medicines have come from like marine biology, different ecosystems, like different life forms from the oceans, I should say. As of right now, they're saying, and forgive me if I pronounce it all messed up, remdesivir. It's an antiviral derived from sea sponges, and that was approved as a treatment for COVID-19 by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration on May 1st. So, I mean, it's being approved as a treatment. Obviously, I mean, as of right now, at the time of recording this, there's nothing that has been 100% foolproof on treating COVID-19, but they're exploring a lot of different options, and this is one of them. And then also kind of one of the things it says here is some are already being explored for use against COVID-19, like M101, derived from beachworm hemoglobin to increase oxygenation in patients in respiratory distress, or remdesivir as an antiviral. So it's a class of drugs only developed after being found in sea sponges. And they mentioned, too, that a lot of different fish that have, like, toxins and stuff, they've been able to use that over the years to develop different medicines just because, um, I guess in my words, means you guys can already tell that I'm not good with like medical medical terminology and pronouncing all these big words, but like they have been able to utilize the toxins and just the, I guess, the different biology of fish and sea sponges and different whatever on the seafloor that has been able to, in turn, been able to use for. Sorry, I can't talk. Has been able to be put to use for developing medicines and treatments for different kinds of diseases. So we've kind of brought it up a lot in the past, um, that there's just so much to explore yet, and I think you're going to kind of tie into that with yours. But kind of like what I said in the last episode is like in a philosophical, spiritual sense, I kind of believe that everything we've ever needed is on this earth, So whenever something bad comes up, a disease, I believe that we could probably find the treatments and the medicines right here on earth. So it's kind of cool that they're already trying to go down that direction of being able to see if they could find some way of helping um, battle the coronavirus by exploring, sea options.
Yeah, it's not just coronavirus, and I don't know if it was that article or it was another one I read this week too, talking just about, once again, alluding to sea sponges and just how much they're getting from sea sponges, all these different, not cures but treatments and stuff along those lines. And it goes back to something I don't know if it's last podcast or the one before that, but talking about just there's so much unexplored down there that we don't know what we're going to find, what cures are still down there, what treatments, because most of our Earth is still unexplored, and who knows what's down there. So yeah, it's obviously it's a very topical thing to be talking about with the coronavirus, but I think it's a bigger situation when you're dealing with who knows what we might find down there as we explore and we start experimenting, and what more, even just a sea sponge, this one of the billions of life forms that we're getting from it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, like I said, this is pretty new. They said as of May 1st that they approved that as a treatment. So I'd like to see how that develops. And I mean, even if it's not the cure or the treatment, the end all for this, I mean, just the fact that we're exploring it at all, they're going to be able to find some uses for it regardless. So if a different disease shows up or different sicknesses, illnesses, whatever, this might be able to help with that. So it kind of just goes to show that we need to be putting more resources towards exploration and research of the biodiversity of the ocean and unexplored seas, just to see if there's something even for health benefits that's down there.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, so what do you have for us? But I sound like you were just going to keep adding on to that.
No, it's fine. I will segue into mine because it has to do with exploring the oceans. But the one is from The Economist. There's a video we posted earlier in the week, and it's the deep ocean is the final frontier on planet Earth, which we've said multiple times over and over again. And this video goes to talk about how at the time of the video, only 3 people had ever reached the deepest part of the ocean, which means that more people have been to Earth, to the moon, than have been to the deepest part of the ocean. So right there, it starts, showing the difference of priorities once again, but not only that, of what we don't know. And, when people are talking about space, they're also talking about the reason they want to go to space or whatever is like because of the unknown, and there's so much out there. We've got the ocean right here where only 3 people have been to the deepest point. So you can't tell me there isn't an unknown and tons for us to still learn down there, which goes back to different treatments, different, looking at medical side of the thing, also the geological side of the thing from science. And there's so much we don't know. 5% of our Earth's oceans have been explored, and 70% of the Earth is covered by oceans. So a very small percent of what we have known and lived on for so long has been explored, and we know so little about. We haven't even mapped the ocean floors fully. So yeah, it's a about a 13-minute long video, so it's a little bit longer than last week's. but still a quick, good watch for if you're interested in that aspect. And obviously it's got some really cool video images and stuff like that too.
Yeah, and we kind of posted a few different videos this week that.
Yeah, we did. I was gonna say there's several I picked from because we had a bunch that was dealt with this aspect alone, I think.
Yeah, and one of them that comes to mind, and it's kind of, I mean, more so funny. I don't want to say funny, but we posted a video from that show, Ancient Aliens, where, I mean, it's an entertaining show and it's like a very interesting watch, but some of the stuff they say can kind of seem kind of out there. But some of yeah, but I mean, me and you have always talked about, UFOs and aliens and stuff. And,
I like the show.
Yeah, it's entertaining, but like I said, sometimes it gets to be out there. But that kind of ties in with what you're talking about, because one of the things that video was talking about is like there's so much unexplored ocean floor that it's like maybe there is aliens living in the ocean or whatever it is, or maybe there's ancient civilizations or whatever it is that's down there, which, if we only know about 5% of it, we can't for sure say that there's not.
Which is
another
video you posted too about finding Atlantis, which I think was the same thing. If Atlantis existed as told by Plato and it is out there, it's on the bottom of the ocean floors, most likely. There's recent stuff that's coming to say maybe in Africa, but that's another story for another time. But yeah, still.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the cool thing about any of it is it's like, I'm a person that loves mystery regardless of, like, I guess, category. I like the mystery of what space could bring. I love the, mystery of unexplored oceans. Just mystery in general, like trying to learn about stuff that we haven't figured out yet. Because, I mean, we have like literally the world of information at the, tip of our fingers, with smartphones and stuff. But yet there's still so much that right here on our own planet we haven't figured out yet. And most of it is in the ocean. And it's just like, there could be some crazy stuff that we have not figured out yet, and it's like, I guess I can't put any of that more into words. It's just, that's like, if we're looking for adventure, if we're looking for mystery, if we're looking to solve mysteries, why not start there? Because not only could we solve things and find some really cool things and creepy things and just odd things, we might be able to find the cure for cancer. We might be able to find the cure for any disease. We could find so many different utilities and maybe different types of materials and resources to build. And I don't know, we don't know unless we figure it out. I mean, maybe there's 95% of the ocean is nothing, but we don't know that. And I highly doubt that's the case. But yeah, it's just, I'm always intrigued by watching these videos and reading these things about, they find like a brand new, like, squid that only lives at a certain depth in the ocean that nobody's ever really seen for the longest time or ever, because it's only at a certain depth and only in a certain part of the ocean. And it's like, what else could we find down there? And it's, I don't know, I could go on and on about saying what if, but that's up to people that have the ambition and curiosity and, sadly, money to figure it all out.
Yeah. And I don't know if we talked about it yet or not, but one of the articles posted a few weeks ago was talking about, I can't remember who it was. I think we did talk about it actually, that they were now offering, you could pay for a trip to go down.
Yep.
Yeah. And same thing, once finding different ways of funding exploration because, either the government's not doing it or, once again, it's just, people aren't that interested in it for one reason or the other to fund it. So, which is sad, but it is what it is. So, but I know one thing we will not find under there.
What's that?
A girlfriend for me.
I mean, you never know.
That's true.
There could be a lost civilization. Think about in the Avengers and the Black Panther, that one city that like nobody really knows about and that's kind of like off the map. What if there's one of those?
Oh yeah.
And it just doesn't connect to Tinder.
Anyway.
Oh God. So anyways, if there's any single ladies out there.
No, I'm good.
Please write to us. No. So yeah. That's a fun way to end it.
Yeah.
Like we said last episode, and I apologize for the people that are watching this. I have a laptop, and every time I touch my surface, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna work on getting that fixed. I need to just get a tripod or something. Also, so last week we talked about Patreon. So if you guys have the opportunity, go to www.patreon.com/Atlantic Sea Colony. If you guys have the ability to, donate $1 a month or $5 a month, whatever we have our tiers set at. I believe those are the two that we have ours set at right now. Any little bit helps. Like I said, that goes to the podcast. That goes to the research and development and building and construction of the Atlantic Sea Colony project as well. So yeah, if you do have that opportunity, please go check out that Patreon. Otherwise, you can find us at all of our social medias. That's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, LBRY. We're on Reddit. We are on YouTube, all that stuff. Just look up Atlantic Sea Colony. You will find us on there. So please go there, follow us.
And I made it super simple on the new AtlanticSeaColony.com, all along the top, all there. So
yep. So if you just go to AtlanticSeaColony.com, you can find all of our, all of our stuff right there. So go check that out, and yeah, interact with us. We love talking to people, and like I said, we have an AMA video coming up very soon. So we'd like to do those every so often. So I mean, if you have questions that about the business, about the Atlantic Sea Colony project, or the kind of things that we're working on, and
or even personal stuff. If you just want to know about us too, we'll answer that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, like if you want to know our shoe sizes, blood types, social security numbers, I mean, we're willing to share that kind of thing. So just let us know.
Ask me anything.
Ask me anything. All right, guys, thanks again for listening to another episode of Colonize the Ocean podcast, and we will see you again next week.
Thanks.